What's happening, Hustle fam? It's your boy Haji, and this is Haji Hustles. Today, I'm going to be talking about my 5 reasons as to why I got into mobile home investing and why you should think about it. Go ahead and sit back, roll with me. So before we talk about why I got into mobile home investing, we should talk about why I even wanted to get into investing in the first place. And the really big reason why I started learning about investing in the first place is because I was in a whole ton of debt. No, I am in a whole ton of debt and I'm digging my way out of it. So basically, going into college, I didn't know anything about finances or, I wasn't making decisions based upon financial reasons. I just knew that I can go to this college and I can compete as a track athlete and the school would give me some money for it. Well, when it came down to it, I ended up going to a private Christian college to run track and cross country. And if you don't know anything about private colleges, just know that they cost a lot of money. So when I left college, I was in a whole ton of debt and I didn't really understand what the consequences of that was going to be when I first went into it. And by the time I went out, I still didn't know anything about finances. I wasn't even paying my monthly payments on my student loans. So you can imagine what that did for my credit in 2010. So soon after college, I got a job as a teacher. I was teaching 5th grade, and what I learned was that even though this was the most money that I had ever made in my life as a brand new teacher, because I had never had a steady job before that, always at the end of the month, I was still stretching myself, or I was still stretching my budget. And it just made me think, there's got to be more to just going to work, having a little bit of money for the month, and then at the end, really stretching yourself. So what I started to do is I started to research multiple different ways of making more money. I went on YouTube University, I was searching through Google, and then all roads led to investing. And specifically, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of Google posts or blogs and whatnot, they were all talking about this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. So after I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, much like everybody else, it really changed my paradigm on how money worked. So after reading the book, I was introduced to what real estate investing could do for you. So what I did was I tried to get into traditional real estate investing. And if you know anything about real estate investing, there's lots of different avenues for you to get into it. So basically, if you want to be successful with real estate investing, you need to have 2 of these 3 things. You need to have either time, money, or credit. And I only had one of those, and I'll let you guess which one it was. The way that I first started trying to invest in real estate was through traditional wholesaling. And if you don't know much about traditional wholesaling, basically what it is you're the middle person for a person that's selling a home and a person that's going to buy the home. You're not technically purchasing the home, you're putting a home under contract, and then you're selling that contract to somebody else. And you don't really need lots of money. You don't really need much money at all, really, to do wholesaling. So what I thought was, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot. And I tried it out for a little bit. I tried it out for a couple months. And for me and my personality, knowing that I was working a full-time job and knowing the way that I work, I did not want it enough. And if you're that type of personality, you could totally make that work. But I just knew for me and my goals and where I was at that point that I just was not going to be successful with wholesaling. I took about a year just learning about all these different avenues of real estate investing without taking too much action. And then early on in my journey, I had actually learned about mobile home investing. But for me, I always thought that it wasn't something that I wanted to do because mobile home investing wasn't sexy. I had the stigma that a lot of you guys and a lot of other people probably have. You think about 8 Mile, you think about trailer trash, you think about all these negative sorts of things that are tied to mobile home investing. And frankly, I wasn't trying to be a part of that. As time went on and, I said it took about a year for me to actually get started, I just realized, I need to think about what is it that I can do at this moment right now to make drastic, imperfect action that's going to propel me forward. And what it came down to was, you know what, my avenue is probably going to be mobile home investing, given the resources that I have right now. The things that are going to make the biggest change right now and what I have available is probably going to be mobile home investing. So I actually started investing in mobile homes in April of 2020, which I don't think anybody's going to be forgetting the events of 2020 anytime soon, but you know exactly what was going on in April 2020. So, you know, it was the height of the pandemic and people are wondering, can you still invest? Can you still be successful in this time? And that's exactly when I hopped in, and it was a pretty good time for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my 5 reasons as to why I got into mobile home investing. Reason number 1 was, honestly, it's a lower bar for entry. Think about it. No matter where you are in the country, I'm on the West Coast. No matter where you are in the country, it's going to be your most affordable form of getting into real estate. Mobile homes aren't technically real estate unless they're tied to land, but that's a subject we can talk about at a different time. I didn't need a whole ton of money to purchase a home, to rehab it, and then to resell it. There's also lots of many different ways that you can get into it. You can purchase a home straight up. You can use multiple different creative strategies to purchase a home. There are lots of different ways, but for me, I wanted to purchase a home, I wanted to rehab it, and I wanted to resell it. And if that was my goal, then I knew that my avenue was going to be mobile home investing. Reason number 2, the process is so much easier. There aren't a whole ton of complicated forms, and honestly, depending on the state that you're in, you could probably get by with 2 forms. Also, you don't need to sell your home with a realtor. You can if you want to, but it's really not necessary. It's kind of like selling a car, depending on where you are. Reason number 3, the whole rehab process is going to be cheaper and it's going to be quicker. Since mobile homes are factory built, they're super easy to work with. Really, when you're looking to sell a mobile home, you just want to make sure that it's clean, it's safe, and it's functional. Shout out to my mentors for that. But yeah, you just want to make sure it's clean, safe, and functional. So you really don't need to be going out spending, tens of thousands of dollars to do a quick mobile home rehab. And that fits into my lane. Reason number 4, mobile home investing yields some of the biggest returns that you'll see in real estate investing in general. It's definitely some of the highest returns that you'll see, especially for cash flow. But then depending on where you are in the country, if you chose to sell it for cash, depending on how much you purchase it for, as long as you're purchasing under market, some of your resale markets are going to be super high compared to others as well. And that's currently what I'm doing. If I can purchase something for a small amount, given that the small amount in a mobile home as compared to a small amount in a traditional home, that difference hit different. And reason number 5 that I decided to get into mobile home investing is because I love the idea of taking a home that's in the affordable housing market and making it super nice and providing it to somebody that might be low income. We already know that there's a huge stigma against mobile homes, and people that live in mobile home communities are what a lot of people call trailer parks. You think, they're not responsible with their money. They don't deserve to live in something that's super nice. Whatever the negative connotations that people might have against people that live in mobile homes. So my goal, if I could take a mobile home and make it super nice and then provide it to somebody that, might be low income, that might not see themselves living in a super nice house, at least for right now, but I could give it to them at an affordable price, that makes me feel like I accomplished something. Especially given my location, I just feel like it's something that I'm passionate about, and I feel good about when I'm able to take a home and I'm able to make it nice and provide it to somebody at an affordable price. So yeah, those are my 5 reasons as to why I got into mobile home investing. If you want to learn more about it, feel free to message me. Maybe it's something that I can continue to talk about. You can comment down below some of the questions that you might have about it. And then, yeah, let's keep the conversation going. I'm still new to the game. Don't get it twisted. I'm still new to the game, but I've seen a little bit of success so far in my journey, and I want to share it with you. Yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you learned something new. I hope I provided a little bit of value for you. And then, yeah, feel free to follow along if this is something that you want to continue learning about. If you feel like, you could potentially see yourself doing this in the future, hit the subscribe button. Be blessed, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.